What's good? It's your boy Real Nick, L Dig, man. Trying to do this the voice record thing, and then I'm gonna go put it on the joint real quick. Um, Shout out to everybody on Xbox. Shout out to everybody on PS4. Shout out to everybody on Switch. Shout out to everybody on Twitter, whatever. Everybody that follow me. If you're not followed now, hit the like button and hit subscribe, follow. I follow you back, man. Shit, you can send messages, whatever. Uh, just want to get into this real quick. I wanted to talk about the NBA as it appears today, and obviously, tonight is Tuesday, so tonight, I think the Warriors and the Jailblazers will be starting the Western Conference Finals off, and to this year, it's been a good playoffs basketball wise, but I don't think they can. I don't think the NBA is having a hard time marketing this to the casual basketball fans. You know, like the people that play 2K more than they watch NBA basketball. They swear they know a whole lot about basketball. They don't really need to watch it. It's those. I like them type of people, or them type of people that watch basketball. They don't really analyze it to a T. They just kind of watch it like to watch their favorite player play or somebody that they like on a certain team. That's basically what it is. But those are the casual basketball fans. And in these past 9 years, you've had them and social media. The people that come to the games, man, those are the fans. I don't want to get that mixed up. The people that definitely come to the games, those are the fans. Those are definitely the fans. So, case in point, what I wanted to talk about, I hear a lot of the media is talking about who's the best player in the league right now, and this, that, and the third, and they could really only go. They're really only going off of the best player in the league right now, having that conversation. And one of the reasons why is because LeBron James is at home. He didn't make the playoffs this year. He's watching this on TV. So there's no so to them, to Chris Broussards and then all the LeBron fanboys in the media, LeBron James is, to them, is really still the best player in the league. But they just want to know who's the best player currently. It's still somewhat of an argument because nobody has been the stat whore that LeBron has been. Nobody has had the popularity that LeBron has had in terms of media. So, just before I get to the candidates, man, I just want to say, I appreciate everybody listening out, and anybody commenting on the video, commenting right up below in the section, whatever. And I'll go for there. First person up, I probably don't have no real business putting them on the list, but I'm putting them on the list anyway. But you know what? I'm gonna put him on the list anyway. So the first person up is Steph Curry. So obviously, the Warriors' history is already documented. Steph Curry's history is already documented, and I hear a lot of people that have been saying that Steph Curry's legacy was on the line in Game 6 when they defeated the Rockets. And the reason why I disagree with that is because nothing that Steph Curry does outside of the NBA Finals is really shouldn't even be recognized. It shouldn't. You know, they played a very stupid team in the Houston Rockets. If anybody that's been watching basketball in the past 20 years, you know that Mike D'Antoni's an idiot. He doesn't switch anything up. He He always goes with his plan. Whatever's working, just let it work. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And if it is broke, you don't have no plan B anyway. So Steph Curry doing what he does in that game 6 just really, it really didn't impress me. It really wasn't a thing to me, man. Like, because I knew the Rockets was gonna lose that game anyway, and they had chances to capitalize in Game 5 after Kevin Durant had got hurt, and they didn't do that. And they went with the same small lineup in Game 6, and they got out rebounded, and then Curry got multiple chances to hit threes, which he did. So Curry is null and void. I kind of X'd him out of that. Next up, we got Kevin Durant. Now, obviously, I said coming into this playoffs that Kevin Durant is, or maybe is about to do something that only 2 other players in the history of the NBA Finals has ever done. And he has the opportunity, when he comes back, or when he comes back, whatever, to win 3 straight Finals MVPs. The only other 2 players that have done that is Shaq and Jordan, and he's gonna join that elite company, barring that he plays. If he plays, or if and when he plays, or how much he plays in this series or whatever. But the whole notion that everybody that's in the media that's saying Kevin Durant, that the Warriors don't really need Kevin Durant, going off of just that one game against the dumbass Rockets. Like, most of those people are really LeBron supporters. They kind of want Kevin Durant off that team. They want Kevin Durant to go to the Knicks. Somewhat of a mental game, or somewhat sabotage. They figure like he's gonna go because he's not feeling appreciated. So this is what the media wants. The media wants LeBron to get back on track and win a couple of more titles and get back in the GOAT conversation. That's what they want. That's what they really want. So, but Kevin Durant, outside of the injury that he had in Game 5, was probably the most consistent player in the playoffs this year. Other than my next candidate, Kawhi Leonard. It's funny. It's funny that I mentioned Kawhi Leonard because if I mention him without talking about the shot that he hit in Game 7, the buzzer beater to win in Game 7, which never been done in playoff history, to win a series in a Game 7. It's really a great moment, but I think that's as far as it goes. When I look at them on paper, when I look at them statistically, and when I look at them personnel-wise against Milwaukee, their chances is very, very slim. Their chances are very, very, very slim. But nonetheless, Kawhi has definitely carried the Raptors. He's probably averaged at least 35, 36 in the past 7 games, and then most of the games that they won. He's been pretty consistent. He's pretty much been the player that he's always been when he is healthy. Obviously, the last 2 years he wasn't healthy since the Zaza injury. And he's been pretty solid. And the last player, kind of friendly, but I kind of know what he can do, is Giannis. Giannis has been pretty consistent in these playoffs as well. Even though they pretty much ran through the first 2 rounds, I think it's more so that the team is getting better perimeter-wise. I just don't really like the way that their offense is really set up. It's more of a LeBron a LeBron style offense where he's getting the ball on the top of the key. The difference between him and LeBron is defense, and that he plays a little bit more off the ball in sets. Their pick and roll game with Giannis being the screen man, it's pretty unstoppable. Like when they're hitting their shots, Milwaukee as a team when they're hitting their shots is very good, but Giannis his strides to the basket is too unguardable. I think he's going to be too much for Kawhi and the Raptors. I don't think they're really going to have an answer for him. Ibaka, Siakam are going to have their hands full, and I think that's really the gist of that. So realistically, I only have 4 players. I have Curry, Durant, Kawhi, and Giannis. And if I had to say so myself, my choice, I'll probably give it a 3-way tie between Kawhi, Giannis, and Durant, excluding Curry from the conversation. I'll get to the best shooter topic, the best shooter conversation in another video because that's really not for now. But that's the gist of like what I think of the NBA player wise of the best player conversation. Now, as far as the matchups between the teams, we have to realize what the NBA is doing as far as the big word in this video is marketing. Marketing. Who can you market to go up against the Golden State Warriors in the finals? Not just in the finals, but in the Western Conference Finals. And the best fit to me was Portland. Because we can't market Denver. You can't name that many times. You can't name but so many times where Denver has had a Game 7 on their home court, a televised Game 7 on their home court to go to the conference finals. I would argue that Portland is more marketable than Toronto and Denver. And the only real reason that Toronto won is probably because of that shot and because it was a back and forth game. And the fact that Philly was kind of getting into they mode of things. I didn't really think Philly was going to be in that game. I had Philly to win the series, to win the East. But somebody made it clear to me that their lineup wasn't on the same page. When you implement Tobias Harris and Jimmy Butler in the lineup and that late in the season, it pretty much is what it is. You pretty much just going from there. But I will say this. For me, I think that the NBA is pressured to do more marketing. And out of the 3 players you can market, obviously Kevin Durant is more marketable out of the 3 players. That's the 3 best players in the league right now, obviously. But out of the teams, can you market a player more than another player that plays for a bigger team market or a more popular team in the past, and that's been in the past? Case in point, take the Raptors and Bucks series coming up. One of the reasons why the Bucks have to win this series is because of marketing. It has really nothing to do with whether Kawhi is a better all-around player than Giannis, which I think he is. It's because he can shoot a little bit more. But Giannis is actually proving that he can hit a shot now, especially in these playoffs. He's proven that he can shoot. If you give him space, he's gonna shoot the ball. Because the defense is definitely going to back up playing him for the drive, but now he's going to shoot. He's not that much of a willing shooter. It's more like he has to set up and like get the defense back a little bit and then shoot, because they don't really contest it. They can't really contest it because he's 6'11". He has like a 7'6" wingspan. But I think Giannis is a lot more marketable than Kawhi, off the sense that Kawhi is just, he still plays like he's in a Spurs uniform. He's just kind of just there. His MO is just shut up and just play, you know? Giannis has a little bit more emotion. He's a little bit more talkative out on the court. He's a little bit more aggressive. Like, when he gets a dunk, he's fired up. The most emotion that Kawhi showed is when he hit that game winner. And I don't have a problem with that per se. I don't have a problem with that. But if you try to market that to the casual basketball fan, they're going to take Giannis over Kawhi. I say about 7 out of 10, maybe 8 out of 10 times. That's one of the reasons why Milwaukee has to, and one of the reasons why they will win, why I think that they will win the series. Another fact is why if when I pay attention to how the Raptors match up, not just on paper but personnel wise, I don't really see how they can stop. How they can really stop Milwaukee. Unless Milwaukee shooters are not hitting, I don't really see how they can stop them, because you have to make choices. And defensively, I think Toronto has done a great job defensively up until this point. I think they guys they got a lot of wingspan on the team. They can match up with just about about any team going forward, in terms of size and height and weight. But I think the problem for them in this round coming up is going to be like the driving ability of Giannis, not just the driving ability of Giannis, but the shot creating ability of Chris Middleton, and the dribble driving kick ability of Eric Bledsoe, because Eric Bledsoe has definitely played. I don't really approve of anybody that is backed up John Wall in college, but he's definitely played pretty good. So the matchups for those three, I don't know if Kawhi is going to be on Middleton. I'm guessing Kawhi is going to be guarding Chris Middleton. I'm guessing Pascal Siakam and Ibaka are going to be switching off on whatchamacallit, on Giannis. And Kyle Lowry's going to have his hands full. I think Kyle Lowry's going to have his hands full with Eric Bledsoe, because he's going to have the main assignment to guard a player that's not only that's athletically, physically stronger and faster than he is. And I don't really know how that's going to play out. Now, as far as the benches go, I don't even think like when I look at the Raptors bench to the Milwaukee Bucks bench, it is more or less a landslide. It is a pretty big landslide. I don't know if Brogdon is coming off the bench as too much. I think Tony Snell is probably going to start a little bit more. Brogdon got to get more in game playing shape. I think he played like one game since he came back. The problem with the bench to me, I think Mirotic and George Hill is going to cause a lot of problems off that bench. I don't see anybody off that bench that is going to be able to be able to slow those guys down when they get going. Because if Mirotic and George Hill get going, this series is going to be over, and it's going to be over real quick. Now that's my whole real jits on the Raptors series against the Bucks coming up. Now get into the Jailblazers series against Golden State. I honestly, I think that the Jailblazers have done a good job thus far. I think a lot of their players have shown up against piss poor teams like the Nuggets and Fries, and they showed up against Oklahoma City and those type of teams. But there's a reason why the Golden State Warriors are head and shoulders better than pretty much the entire league. And one of the reasons that I didn't get on video or pointing out that the Warriors haven't been called for more than 5 moving screens in a game since 2012. So let that sink in a little bit. This is their half-court success. Other than that, it's been Kevin Durant. So when they doing a lot of moving screens, when they coming off screens in a half court, and they shooters get going and Clay and Steph get going, watch how the screens are being set. Pay attention to that, because that's going to be the key to their offense and them getting going. Defensively, they reach a lot. The referees don't call that much neither. You know, they figure they got a lot of leeway that their championship team, just like a lot of championship teams in the past, they get away with a lot. And it's like realistically, Portland chances are very, very slim. They might even end up getting swept again. I think a lot of their top players are going to have a good series. CJ and Dame probably going to have a splendid series. The rest of the team is just going to be overwhelmed by what's going on within the game and what's not being called or whatever. So whenever you playing Golden State, you always focus on what the referees are not doing. And once you focus on what the referees are not doing, this is where Golden State gets on their runs. They are probably the best team at taking advantage of another team when they're not keyed in and when they're complaining and when they're worried about certain things. Because when they have numbers, they can beat you all day long. When they got more numbers than you, when they got more ammunition than you, you're not going to beat them. Now, when you load it up as much equal ammunition as they are, you have a chance, but you still probably going to lose. So that's my real gist on that series. And there are a lot of teams. People have to know this. I think there's a lot of teams that got eliminated simply because they weren't marketable. Because had LeBron James still been in the East, still been on Cleveland, they probably would have hand over fist won the East already, no matter what seed they was in. The NBA has made sure of it. The NBA and the referees have made sure that LeBron James somehow, some way, gets his. And they're going to do the same thing for the Golden State Warriors if they need it, if it comes to that. If they see the Warriors struggling and they're not getting their offense off as easy, and the other team is not really is putting pressure, and the other team, and the team like Portland or whoever they playing in the finals, they start get going. Watch the NBA start helping them. Watch. But anyway, that's really my whole gist on it, man. Like, I ain't really got much to say on it. But that, you know, a lot of people that's pro Golden State is going to listen to this video and be like, yo, this nigga just talking shit. That's all he doing, man. He just talking shit, man. He just rambling. And a lot of people that's not pro Golden State, bro, they going to look at it and be like, yo, he got a point. That's really the whole thing on it. But I will be getting at y'all a lot more, man. Y'all be safe out there. Peace.